Hi everybody, I'm going to show you a really nice English gun here. I sort of fell in love with English guns when I handled my first one. The first gun I ever bought was a T. Stensby, and the guy just happened to have a nice English case like this, and he sent it to me in that. And the T. Stensby I had was a pretty plain Jane gun. But I opened that English case and I was instantly in love. And I think I've experienced that on every English gun that I've had so far. There's just something about the English guns, even a sort of mid-grade or lower grade English guns, that are just really nice. They're fit and finish. And these old cases, pretty neat. But on that one, I had bought the Stensby from somebody that had some extra cases, so he sent me the gun in a case. I paid a little more money for the case. The case was fairly beat up, and it just had a great smell to it. He said, I'll send it to you. I hope you don't mind some single malt Scotch stains on the box. He said that's sort of how a lot of them come, and that's true. Those guys that go to those driven shoots in England, they knew how to have a good time. But this particular gun is a W&C Scott. Well, I'm sorry, a Webley and Scott. And Webley and Scott was W&C Scott before it was Webley and Scott. In there somewhere it was W&C Scott and Sons. This is a Webley and Scott Model 700, so this gun would probably be from the mid-1960s. It's not real old. Mid-grade gun. But I find that the gun has 26-inch barrels, and so I was able to find a guy that had a case that would fit it. 26-inch cases are a little harder to find. A lot of the English cases come in 30s, which is what most English gun barrels are. Probably 90% of all English guns have 30-inch barrels. But if you ever get an English case, you think you can't open it because there's no key, this button right here, you just push it this way, like that. Just push it to the side, and it'll pop right open. So you don't have to have a key. And move some stuff here. Case lay it open. Anyway, this particular case was not made for a Webley and Scott. I don't know what it was made for. It didn't have a label. Somebody ripped the label off. So I was able to find a reproduction label put on here. And I'm going to try to pick up the camera and bring it a little closer so you can get a look inside the box at what an English gun and its all of its accessories should look like. So here we go. Yeah, there's me. There's the gun. There's the stock. There's the barrels. The oil bottle over here. And then that is the snap caps. And then over here is the brushes and the jag for cleaning the gun, and in here is a cotton swab for cleaning the gun. So I may show you more of that later, but I just wanted to show you what an English gun looks like when it's laying in its case. Okay, now I'll try to step a little further away and get this camera at a little better angle for me, maybe. So, first take out the stock. That's what the stock looks like. And you take out the barrels. Usually the barrels will be attached to the fore end will be attached to the barrels like this. Just take that off. Put the barrels in the gun. That. Fore end on the gun. Proper English gun looks like in its proper case. Obviously, it's nicer if you can find a gun that's in its original case, the maker's case. But in this case, I'm super happy with the way it's set up. This particular gun is a 2.5-inch chambers, which is pretty common. So understand, if you buy an English gun, you may not be able to go to town and buy shells for it. There's places to get them though. They're not that hard to find. 2.5 inch ammo. So 2 3/4 is what most American guns take, or 3 inch. English like their 2.5 inch cartridges, and I'll just tell you, you get used to shooting 2.5 inch cartridges, you'll like them. That's what I prefer now. I've gotten into English guns. So there you have it. Anyhow, I've had 4 or 5 English guns. And, I'll just say this: I enjoy them, but I don't have many of them left, because that's the whole point. Is you gotta find somebody that appreciates them and try to make a profit. So that's what it's all about for me. But, yeah, nice English gun is easy on the eyes. They're usually very balanced and very handy in your hands. Oftentimes you'll find that they're choked different. Most of our guns will be choked, modified and improved, or modified and full. A lot of English guns are choked. Cylinder in one side and full in the other. Just why I like it. I like it. I got one barrel for close, one for reaching out. But you don't find that very much in American guns. It's a custom that way.